Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to my channel. Donna here. I'm working on another Christmas wreath today. I'm going to use the ruffle method. I have some pretty ombre metallic mesh, and I have cut these in 30-inch pieces. I also have a red work form, and that is a 1524 work form, and I'll explain that to you when I get it down to the desk. I have two ribbons that I know I'm going to use. I'm going to use this and this to make a nice bow. I'm not sure if I'm going to put ribbons all around it or just a few bows here and there, because I also have this cute sign, and this came from Hobby Lobby. So I have that I'd like to put on it too. And I got to get it made. It's getting a little short time before Christmas, and I'd like to get it delivered by tomorrow so that this person can get it up on a door. It's a gift, a Christmas gift, so I will get started. So I'm going to bring you down to the table and we'll get started making a ruffle wreath for Christmas. Right back. Okay, I have this mesh. I told you I'd tell you about this work form. People have asked about the size of the work forms. This is called a 1524, and that means that the diameter in the middle, right now, here, is 15 inches. But when it is all spread out and when all of the product is put on, the wreath is about 24 inches wide. So it makes a good size wreath. And I'm going to use this mesh, and I have it stacked in various piles here. It's such a small area when you cut lots of stuff. I'm going to start by opening all of the bottom ties. And this form came from craftoutlet.com. And I must say, this was, well, this looks, oh no, I've got two. Thought I only had one there. This actually felt a little bit like Christmas. Now, don't laugh at me, please. It was cold this morning. It was only 49 degrees. And for us, that's cold. From where a lot of you are listening, you'd be out in your shirt sleeves, I'm sure. So let me see what's the best way. I think I'll put this over here and do the ruffling over here. And the ruffle method, I've cut these, as I said, 30 inches long. It will take 2 rolls of the 10-inch mesh. And this one was towards the end, so it's going to be a pain in the neck. Okay, I'm going to kind of follow this red stripe that's up the middle, and that'll be my guide of trying to keep my ruffle straight. So anyway, it was 49 degrees here this morning. I almost put the heat on, but I didn't. And I'm going to give them a couple of good twists until I decide what I'm going to actually do. And then I will tighten them all down. Just pull in with your fingers. I'm holding my thumbs steady and pulling in with my fingers. It tends to want to roll on itself. And I'm putting them side to side on the bottom. You can put them up and down or side to side. And then just kind of fluffing them up together. If you find it hard to roll because it keeps wanting to roll on itself, I'm trying to see what I have here. You can take some weight. Let's take one of these ribbons. Okay, you can put some weight on the other end of it. And that will make it easier. Because it's not going to roll up on you. How many have been watching Christmas movies? What's your favorite one to watch? I've got a few. I like the A Christmas Carol, but the original one with Alistair Cook. And I haven't seen that yet. I have it, so I will watch it. I also like the Santa Claus movies. And I love the Hallmark movies. However, you know, sometimes I think if I've watched one, I've watched them all. I mean, we all know it's going to be boy meets girl. Boy has some problem with girl, or girl has some problem with boy. They get back together at the end and live happily ever after. Sounds like my romance novels that I used to read a lot of. I'll give you a secret if you promise not to tell. When I started reading romance novels, I used to read the last page first. I wanted to make sure it was going to come out all right. Oh dear. After a while I got to know that it was, so I didn't do that. Well, this is kind of all befuddled on itself, isn't it? Get over there. And there's 18 ties on this form, so of course I have 18 pieces to ruffle, 10 on the bottom and 8 on the top. And that's standard for a 14 or 15 inch form if you were making your own. Well, this ruffle made me work for it. Now you see this piece is must have come from the beginning of the roll because it's not folding up on itself so much. I have one more wreath to make after this one. I think my home tour is going to go up. It'll go up next week. I'm just not sure which day, but I'll let you know. I bought some purple mesh at Craft Outlet this last time. We haven't even actually reached the first day of winter, but you know what comes after winter? Spring. Pretty, very pretty. Pretty colors. This metallic mesh does tend to ravel, so I'm trying not to play with the ends too terribly much. And I can give it a spray. Now the problem for spraying for me is I live in Florida, as you well know, and when the temperature gets very warm, these wreaths can get sticky, even if they have dried well, because of the humidity and the heat. Probably wouldn't be such a bad idea for this one because of the temperatures, although they'll be back up in the 80s shortly. But if it's going to be out at all in the summertime, it's really tough to spray them without them getting sticky. There's a no-fray spray, or there's a like a clear acrylic spray. Okay, well, I think I'll finish going around the bottom and put a couple on the top, and I'll be back with you because it's all the same each time, and you don't need to really watch the whole process. So I'll be back in just a few. Okay, I got all the way around. Isn't that pretty? Really came out pretty. What a pretty color combination. I have a sign, and what I did is I'm going to let this dry. I stapled, I measured where it was going to, how it was going to fit. I stapled a pipe cleaner on, then I have some hot glue. So I'm going to set that aside while we make the bow. And it did come through the other side. Son of a gun. Oh well. Not very much, it won't show. So I'm going to move this out of the way because I think I'm going to use the easy bow. And I'm going to start with this polka dot one. See if you can see the bow maker. I think you can. I want you to see the bow maker, not the bow maker. Okay. And what I'm going to do is start with making tails. And I think I want my tails to be about 10 inches long. So then I will pinch it there and put it down in with a twist. I don't have my other little peg in there that holds the ribbon, so we'll just do it this way. And I'm going to do 2 on one side, 1 on the other. And I'm going to make this 6 inches. So I will do 6 inches. Come over here, bring it in, and give it a twist. I go out 6 inches, bring it in, put it down, and give it a twist. One more on this side. And I'll just bring the tail out till it's sort of equal with the other one. Okay, now we'll do the green, and this time what I'm going to do is 2 on this side and 1 on this side. We'll start with the tail over here. And this one is really not two-sided ribbon. I mean, it is two-sided ribbon, so I don't really have to twist it. Six inches over here. Six inches over here. And bring the tail out to kind of match the other one. And if they're not exactly the same, they can be trimmed at the end. And I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and use these other 2 ribbons also. So this time we're going to do tail over here. Give it a twist. There we go. Get these tails down here. Make it about 1/2 inch shorter. And one more twist. And the last one, If you remember when we used this one and the blue one for the tree bows, this particular ribbon just loves to twist on itself. Twist. And one more over here. Twist. Oh, mercy. There you go. Now I think I'm going to take a zip tie and go under these and bring it around and get it started. I'll pull it off and bring this zip tie around to the back. Give this a good pinch. Now I'm going to take a pipe cleaner and put it in the zip tie before I tighten it all the way down. And that's how I'll attach it to the wreath. Well, I did what I do every other time I make one of these things with a zip tie. I put the zip tie on backwards. Good thing I got my hands on these ribbons. Now it's tightened. Okay. So I'm going to start at the bottom here. I'm just going to kind of pull it up. And they're not going anywhere with that zip tie on it, so you can kind of twist them around a bit. Get them where you want them to go. Okay, let's get this on the wreath. Let me cut the zip tie. I'm going down through these ruffles. I'm by a tie here. And I'm just going to go down through the ruffles. Well, one down. And the mesh is trying to eat the other one. These tails may prove to be more trouble than they're worth because of this mesh catching on them. I didn't cut that one very well. Better. And you can kind of roll these up a little bit. There you go. Isn't that pretty? Now I think with the sign, that is going to be plenty. But we'll put the sign on and see. I hope it's in the right place, because I sure don't want to have to do that again. What do you think? I think I'll go hang it up on the door so I can get a better look at it. I'll be right back. Well, there you go. I think it's really pretty. Really, really, really pretty. I moved the sign from the side to the middle so I could go down through the middle of the wreath. And it didn't squish the ruffles quite as much as it was doing before. So I think it looks nice there. And the bow is beautiful. So there you go. I'll get that delivered tomorrow. And I'll be back Friday. And I'm not sure with what. I think I might make the last wreath I need to make. Up until then, though, I hope you all have a great evening, and everybody play nice now. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Hit the bell, get notified every time. And if you're one of my regular subscribers, thanks so much for stopping back. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.